don't think I'd call him a masterpiece, but yes, of course, anytime you score a lot of goals, it feels great as a forward, as a striker. So I was very happy to score. I was thinking about this weekend that coming here, there was an adjustment period to get used to the league and the team and the language and the culture and everything. And I have a family with me, so there was a bit of an adjustment period, and I felt like I was really struggling to find my rhythm. And I think this game was kind of a moment of that for me to remind me how I play and to remind me of my rhythm. So for me, that was really more of the takeaway that I took from the game. So I was happy with that. It's obviously awesome to win a game like that and put ourselves in a more substantial spot in the table, more in fourth, and we have a real chance of getting more points and staying there and possibly even climbing more. So I think the team was very energized by that win. Yeah, definitely. And that's why I say I think this game gave me a little reminder of my style. Um, and honestly, it's a testament to my team for having so many goals in so many different ways. Off of a corner, off of a combination. My Sada headed it to me through. I mean, there was a long ball, so many different ways. That just shows you how good my team is around me and the plays that they create, the opportunities they create. So I thought that was kind of a nice thing to see all of us finding that rhythm together. And of course, for me, yeah, it's nice to see me able to score in different methods with different feet, different parts of my body. Just another confidence booster for sure. I don't know. I have been playing soccer since I was like 3, and my older brother played. He was a striker, so I just followed in his footsteps. But I love scoring goals, so I don't know why, but there's something to it that just brings me so much joy. Even watching a game, when I see a goal being scored, even if it's not my team, if it's a beautiful goal, oof, I feel something. So there just must be something with me and goals, and I love them. Any goal that goes in the back of the net is a happy goal for me. I'm happy to score, especially one that wins the game for us. I mean, that's really the goal of scoring goals, I think, is to score and put your team in a better position. So I'm always happy. I've never been good at scoring goals with my head, but this season I have a few, and so that's been kind of cool to see that I can do that. I don't really care. One time I tried to score with my shoulder. It didn't work out, but I got close. I mean, it just doesn't matter how I score. I'm just happy when the ball goes in the back of the net. Yes, absolutely. I love combining with my teammates. I don't necessarily love holding the ball for a long time. I'm a striker, so when I get it, I like to combine with my teammates and find them. So that's something I definitely work for. Yeah, unfortunate we didn't actually win the game and move on. However, the energy that was created from that moment and from that game was really special, I think, for the team. And that goal specifically was really instigated by my teammates. You watch Niuza and the way that she won the ball and continued down the line and played a perfect ball. When your teammates are working hard like that, you want to work hard to finish the goals. So that was what I was feeling in the moment. And scoring it obviously feels amazing, and having the home crowd there and just being able to celebrate with everybody was special, and I think motivating to move forward. There's definitely a big difference you can see in the scores of the games, but that's normal. And I think that women's football here is really growing, and that's a beautiful thing. I think that these cups that they're having is an effort to raise the level and kind of intermingle the levels and the divisions so that players can play against each other and maybe have some hope to move up, and maybe some exposure for them. So I really love it. Of course, some of the games are very lopsided, like one of ours has been. Others haven't been as lopsided. But that's part of it, and I think that it's really just a testament of what the league is trying to do, or what the country is trying to do to raise the level of women's football. Yeah, I started in Costa Rica because I had not played for about 10 years after college, and so I was looking for an opportunity, and that was just the one that came up. So we went, it's an amateur league, it's not technically professional level, but it's very competitive. It's a small country, kind of like Portugal. It reminds me of Portugal in a way that, it's small and compact and everybody knows each other, but there's high competition and people care about their football. So that was very fun for me, a good way for me to get my feet wet again and get back into the game. Mexico was very similar to the U.S. in a way. They play very big. It's very physical, not so compact. Whereas I came here and I feel that Portugal football has been more of the entire team playing more organized, more compact, with all 11 players really affecting the game at all times. And that's been fun to learn for me. I'm definitely used to the American style, more kind of Mexican style, where it's bigger field. You're playing long balls. You're more spread out, I guess, maybe a little bit more physical. But I've really enjoyed kind of the intellectual side of Portugal football, that we've kind of they've had to teach me kind of their style and where I fit in that style and what my role is. It's very specific, and I like it. I really do like it. So that's been fun to see. Definitely different. And again, it took me a short period of time, maybe a longer than I wanted period of time to adjust to it. But I'm starting to get the hang of it, and I really like it. The reason I came to Portugal was, for starters, I want to be in Europe. I want to play football in Europe. I thought that would be super fun. The level's great. One of my goals is to play in Champions League. I'd love to do that, and this is a great place to be for that opportunity. And yeah, you're just close to so many other European countries. So my husband's also, he was a footballer, and so he loves, this football life that we're doing. My kids are both playing football, and so it's kind of our life right now, and we're all enjoying being in a football country and really football continent. So it's kind of fun to have a reason to travel and experience new countries and cultures, and still get to kind of be in that football culture. Yes, so I come from a very athletic family. We played all the sports growing up. I mean, everything we could play, I was playing them with my brother constantly. So sports have always been in my blood and a part of my life. And then I married a footballer. And then we've produced a couple little footballers so far. We'll see what they really choose to do, but they love it so far. But yes, it's complicated to be a mom and play football. I've had this question asked a few times now, and the life is not simple. It's definitely chaotic, and it requires me to pay a little closer attention to some things that maybe, I don't know, maybe you wouldn't have to if you didn't have this whole other job to pour your time and energy into, like sleep and nutrition and my emotional well-being, because that gets tested sometimes with having kids running around. But it's complicated, but I also say you never know what you can handle until you try. And I wouldn't do it any other way. I love having my family with me. I think in a way it gives me perspective, and it gives me another motive for playing and constantly pursuing to be better and grow. I love that they get to be a part of it. And honestly, my kids feel like my teammates are their older sisters. That's how they treat them. They love them. They love being around them. And it feels normal to them, which I think is a cool thing, that they can see that having a career in football is super possible, and very doable. So we work on teaching them that it requires a lot of work and effort, but it is very possible. And I love sharing that with them. And of course, my husband loves football. We're constantly talking about football, my games, what I can improve, what he liked in the game that I played in, and watching football together as a family. So it's been really fun to have that be, kind of all encompassing. I hope so, sure. I mean, I think we all inspire each other, and they really inspire me too. I watch them train and play and the things that they do, and it's very inspiring for me and gives me motivation to work hard because I see them working hard as well. So, but yeah, having them at the games, having them come to trainings or things whenever they get to show up and be a part of this world with me, yeah, it definitely brings me an extra sense of motivation. Yeah, absolutely, it's possible. There are a lot of factors that go into it that make it possible, and I think that women's football is still really growing to provide the support for a female footballer who wants to have a family. And there's a ways to go for that. I'm very blessed and fortunate to have a husband who helps support our family and financially and all of the other things. He's very, very involved and hands-on with the kids, so that helps, and that's a huge part I wouldn't be able to do it by myself. So that's part of it, but it's absolutely possible, and I think that women's football is going to continue to grow, and the opportunities are just going to become endless, really. So sky's the limit, and I hope that young footballers continue to work towards that with that hope. Benfica. A header in the last few minutes to win the game, absolutely. Senor de Pedra, we spend a lot of time there at the beach, and we just love it as a family. It's a beautiful place to be. We've had a couple really rainy games where the field was muddy and thick, and it was exhausting for my body to run up and down that field for 90 minutes. Racing power was tough, and we didn't win, so that also added to it feeling. Scoring goals is literally the funnest thing that I can think of doing physically. I love scoring goals and being that person that gets to help your team. When I came back from not playing after, it was about 10 years, I played in my first game in Costa Rica, and I was super nervous, unsure if I was, going to be able to play soccer again and hang with these girls because I felt old and, not there. And I went into my game, and I scored a goal with my right foot, and I scored a goal with my left foot. And I just felt like I was on cloud nine, like, yes, I can play soccer. I reminded myself that I knew how to do it, and it just felt really good. Mexico, favorite food is tacos de arrachera. Costa Rica, gallo. Portugal, bacalhau. And the U.S.,